Sacred Art High School, Nalasupara West. Standard 3rd, Subject English, Unit 2. Lesson number 23, The Two Merchants of Seri, Part 1. Hello students, let's begin with the second unit. First, we'll start with the reading of the paragraph. Once upon a time, in a place called Seri, there lived a merchant. He went from town to town selling pots and pans and other things made of brass and tin. He travelled every day with another merchant who also sold brass and tinware. But this other man was greedy. When he sold something, he sold it at a very high price. But when he bought something, he tried to give as little as possible. Now, student, what we have learned from this paragraph? That there was a place called Seri, and in that there were two merchants who were selling pots and pans, which was made of brass and tin. Now, brass means bright yellow metal made by combining copper and zinc. Tin is a metal. They both travel every day in same place. But children, one of the merchant was very greedy and another merchant was honest. Now students, greedy means what? A greedy is a cunning and selfish person who think about himself. An honest person is a kind. The greedy merchant sell everything in a very high price and give little in replacement of something what we buy from him. Now we'll start with the second paragraph. When the two merchants went into a town, they divided the streets between them. Each one went up and down the streets. He had chosen calling, "Tinware for sale, brass for sale." People came out to their doorsteps and bought or traded with them. Only after one merchant had finished his business on that street did the other one made his rounds there. In those days, people did not always use money to buy things. Sometimes they exchanged things of same value. That means both the merchant divided the street at that time. Means if one merchant is selling something, the another will not go to sell at that time. After he complete his round, then he should go. Now in olden days, people use very little money always. They used to exchange things from others like a barter system. We'll go with the third paragraph. In one house, there lived a poor old woman and her granddaughter. The family had once been rich, but now the only thing they had left of all their riches was a dish made of gold. However, the grandmother did not know it was a golden dish. The dish stood on a shelf among the other pots and pans and was not often used. Means students, there was a very old house in a Seri, and in that house there lived a poor woman with a granddaughter. Previous they were very rich, but now they turned poor, and only thing they had left from their wealth is a gold dish. But grandmother did not knew about the gold dish. For a very long time, it was kept on the wooden shelf among ordinary pots. You can see in the picture. We'll go with the fourth para. Now the greedy merchant passed this house calling, "Buy my water jars, buy my pans, buy my tinware." The granddaughter said, "Oh grandmother, do you buy something for me?" "My dear," said the old woman, "we are too poor to buy anything. I have not anything to trade even." "Grandmother, see, I have found this old dish among other pots and pans on the shelf. We don't ever use it. Can we trade this? Perhaps the merchant will take it and give us something nice." Now in this para, when the greedy merchant was passing from this house, calling, "Buy my water jars, buy my pots and pans." At that time, the little girl asked grandmother, "Can we buy something from the merchant, grandma?" Hearing this, grandmother told her granddaughter that, "We are too poor, my little girl, to buy anything and from the merchant." and we don't have anything to give, so that he can give us new one, sitting very sadly. Grandma, look, I found old dish among other pots and pans. I think so it is very old and of no use. Can we give this? So the merchant can give us something new one. Hearing this, Grandma called the merchant. We'll begin with the fifth para. The old woman called the merchant and showed him the dish, saying, "Will you take this, sir, and give the little girl here something for it?" The greedy man took the dish and scratched its side with a needle. He came to know immediately that it was a golden dish, but he wanted to get it for nothing from the old woman. So he said, "What is this worth? Not even a copper coin." He threw the dish on the ground and went away. The crafty merchant was planning to come back after time and buy the dish for a few copper coins, as if doing a great favor to the old lady. That means grandmother called the merchant and showed him the olden dish. She asked the merchant, "My dear sir, can you take this and give my little girl something?" The greedy man was too greedy. He took the dish in his hand and scratched with a needle. Needle is a pointed thing, and he said, "Oh, it is a golden dish." Immediately he came to know, but he acted in front of the old lady that it was useless dish, and not even a single penny or a copper coin she will get for this. He wanted that dish without paying anything to her. He threw the dish on the floor and went away. The cunning merchant was planning to come after some time and buy the dish with a few copper coins, as if he wanted to show that he is doing some favor to the old lady. So, student, this was the first part of this lesson. We will soon see what happened next in the second part. Thank you.